everyone, welcome back to LoboBuzz. It's Christine, and today we're going to talk about how you can take really effective but really aesthetic looking notes. So my notes didn't always look this good, so I'm going to share some tips that really helped me throughout my sophomore year to make them look super nice while being really useful for studying. So my first tip is going to be to have a catchy title and a nice color scheme. So the thing with notes is that most people don't really look at them after they write them because they think they're really hard to read, really messy, or really unclear. As you can see, I'm using a single highlighter in this video, so my notes have a matching theme throughout. If you want to use multiple colors, you can try using similar colors so it matches. For example, I could probably go with purple or green, or maybe even pink. So then all my notes kind of are in the same color scheme. I'm making my title really big so that when I go through my notebook or folders, I can see exactly what I'm looking for. Plus, if you take the time to make your title look really nice, you're actually going to study because you worked so hard on them. Why are you going to leave them? So, going into the actual notes, most of us learn how to take notes in a Cornell style. So this usually involves a smaller margin on the left with questions or cues and the bulk of your notes on the right. It's a really great system, but I personally prefer the outline method. If your teacher is okay with taking the notes the way you want to, I encourage you to find what you're most comfortable in. So what I do for the outline method is that I'm going to write my big topic on top and highlight it, and maybe I'll write a definition on the side. And then under it, I'll add bullet points that cover smaller topics or really specific details. So that way, on the top I can see the most important detail and the big idea, but I can get more information from it under. Alright, so my next tip is to highlight things that are actually important. If you're like me, you probably really like highlighting everything. And you don't want to do that. Having a full page of highlighted notes doesn't really do you any good when you're going to study. So, I'm going to recommend highlighting names, vocabulary, important events, or dates. Since I'm usually in a rush to study, I want to look at the most important details. Alright, and I forgot to mention this earlier, but when you're starting a set of notes, you're going to want to write down the dates and label it. So this means you're going to label what class, what period, and what teacher you have it for. This helps when you're cramming, you want to know something, but you can't remember what exactly it is. So you're going to go back to when you think you learned it. So that's why dates are really important. It's a great way to stay organized. So keep in mind there's more than one way to take notes. Most teachers at our school won't allow this, but digital notes are a great way to save paper and have all your notes in one place. So the app I'm using right now is called Notes Writer, the free version, and I'm doing this on an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil. So this app is really great because you can use a ton of colors and you can highlight stuff just like you would with a normal paper. And another reason I like it is that if you make a mistake, you can always undo it or use an erase tool. And you can also move stuff around, which you can't do if you're writing on a piece of paper. Although getting the tablet itself is really expensive, I think that it's a good alternative to using tons of paper every single year. You can do everything you can on, a normal piece of paper while saving a ton of trees. So with digital notes, you face less limitations. You can make your text as big or as small as you'd like and fix it later on. You can also use different colors without worrying if you have the right pen or not. Everything about digital notes is so customizable. I know it's really pricey and different, but I hope digital note-taking becomes more common in the future. So I'm really happy with how my notes came out in this video, and there's so many ways to make your notes your own. Use abbreviations, fancy titles, lots of colors, whatever you want, so your notes feel unique and learnable. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what makes sense to you. You want to look back on your notes and study from them rather than just taking them. So that's basically it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching and supporting the LoboBuzz team. We'll see you in the next video.